Anyways, how a college girl outsmarted her kidnapper and prevented her murder with GPS. Huh? Let's find out, bro.
No one ever goes grocery shopping at midnight expecting something bad to happen. And so, when Jayla Gladden went looking for medicine and tea at her local Kroger shop in Carrollton, Georgia, she didn't imagine that she would end up spending the rest of her night in a car on the way to a far and unknown destination. One minute, a stranger was asking for a lighter. Jayla said she didn't have one. Moments later, she found this stranger forcing her into the passenger seat of her car, only to kidnap her and take her on one of the most traumatic car rides someone could ever experience.
You know what that reminds me of, chat? Have y'all ever seen the movie, what is it called, man? What is that movie called? Split. Have y'all seen Split before? God damn! I can put my hand all in my meal and shit. Have y'all seen Split before? Bruh. This scene is fire, bro.
Bus. You're not taking a bus. I'll drive you home. Claire has almost saved her half of the money she needs for a car. Isn't that right? And this will be one of the few times left I can drive you guys around. Huh?
You won't be able to hear my dad tell jokes that only he thinks are funny for an entire car ride unless you come. You don't really want to miss that.
This movie's so good, bro.
Wow, I got more gifts than I thought I did. Can I put this in here?
Yeah, I'll get it. Thank you, Lois.
Maybe he just is content. Oh, maybe he's just content where he is.
This movie gave me the, well, not the fear, but every time I'm like packing shit, I'm constantly looking around myself, bro.
This is the one that he's really
constantly.
He does these weekly videos.
You can see it in the background.
It's so weird. Yeah, you would crush on him. I don't get it. Yeah, go back. Why don't you get it? I just don't get it.
Surely nothing's going wrong, you know? Surely dad just closed the trunk.
His eyebrows?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just turned off my eyebrows. Oh, okay. What? Oh. How does he do that? Oh, that's the whole point why I'm showing you. I'm genius.
Sir?
Hey. Pardon me, sir. I think you have the wrong car.
Oh, shit! Shit! Yo! Sir? I think I left my phone in the Wendy's bathroom. I'll be right back, alright? I promise I'm not gonna do nothing crazy. I'm just gonna get my phone. I left it in the Wendy's bathroom right next to my 4 for 4. Jacksepticeye looking ass boy. What's he not running for? Homie put on the mask. Yo. What? What? Let him put on that mask, bruh. Let him reach to put on the mask, bruh. Nigga hit a, and the fuck, bruh. Hell nah, she tripping, bro. She tripping, bro. It's a movie though. It's a movie.
Jayla, however, survived to tell her story, but some of the emotional scars that are left from that eventful night might take a long time to fully heal, if they ever do heal at all.
You know what? Shawty probably stopped because of friends. She a W friend. She ain't want to leave her friends behind, bro. She don't know what the hell homie wanted to do.
In the fall of 2017, Jayla Gladden was still a college student at the University of West Georgia. She was a senior, and up until that one eventful September night, her life had been quite ordinary. It was at that university that Jayla had been studying to become an occupational therapist.
True.
And it was also there that she met her soulmate, Tamir Bryant. Sources say that the two were inseparable. In fact, they lived right across from each other in the student quarters.
Okay.
But things took a dark turn on the night of September 7th, 2017, when Jayla texted her boyfriend to let him know that she wasn't feeling so well. And so, she headed out to her local Kroger store to get medicine and tea with the hopes of feeling better. And when she arrived at the store, there weren't that many people around, so she was cautious to park as close to the entrance as possible to feel safe.
My car was parked right in front of the door, so I felt like I was okay.
Then, when Jayla exited the shop, she was met by a stranger.
As I was leaving Kroger, there was a red box on my left side, and I guess that's where he was standing. He asked me for a lighter, and I told him no and kept walking to my car. I had my groceries in my hand.
At that moment, Jayla didn't realize that that guy wasn't really looking for a lighter. He had dark and sinister plans in his mind, and he was about to make them happen.
I went to go unlock my door and felt the knife in my abdomen. I was in complete shock.
Knife?
Didn't know what to do. He made me climb over to my passenger side, through my driver's side. I still had groceries in my hand at this time, and by the time I was able to sit down, he already was pointing the knife at me, telling me not to try any funny business.
And just like that.
Listen, I don't know if I'm crazy. I don't know if I think I am stronger or just delusional. I don't know, me though. If a nigga make me crawl across the car, I feel like I feel like that's enough time for me to go across, sneakily open that door real quick, and just shift my whole big ass body. I'm a big ass nigga, right? And like, if I get stabbed once, alright, cool. At least I ain't kidnapped. Know what I mean? Am I delusional? Like, I feel like I got good enough time in that bitch, so I could just whoop whoop whoop, and I'm gone. I'm gone. Or matter of fact, I'm a whoop, run back inside. Like, and if nigga catch up to me, a battle will be fired? What do you mean a battle will be fired? Or a battle wound will be fired? Right? Think she got one? Think she got stabbed? If they say he's diagnosed with split personality disorder, he really is that dude. Fact.
Without a chance to defend herself or do anything to escape the situation, Jayla was stuck in the car with a stranger. Moreover, the kidnapper took her iPhone, making it impossible for her to call anyone for help. He then asked if Jayla knew how to get to Atlanta, a city that was roughly 50 miles away from that Kroger. And as this strange man made it to Atlanta with a seemingly helpless Jayla by his side, he drove to the back of an abandoned church in a rough part of town. Once they were out of sight, the man parked and asked Jayla to remove her clothes.
I tried to plead with him, and he told me that there was no purpose of crying, and that kind of stuck with me the whole way out. There wasn't any purpose of crying. It wasn't going to benefit my situation at all, so I made it my duty to get out.
Period,
and
queen.
He raped you?
Yes, ma'am.
Alone. In the middle of a remote location near Atlanta, Jayla was sexually assaulted. Once the aggressor felt fulfilled, he said he was ready to keep driving. His next plan was to hit a gas station, one that he planned to rob. He just needed to get to Bankhead Highway, but in order to do that, He needed directions. It was then that Jayla came up with a bright idea, one that, if executed correctly, could help her find her way out of this situation. But if she failed to accomplish it, she was going to put her life at an even higher risk.
He needed to he wanted to rob a gas station, so I told him I couldn't get him where he needed to be unless I had my phone. So it was kind of an ultimatum of figure out where you're going and give me my phone or wander aimlessly.
And so Jayla got her phone back, but instead of...
So he was not from this... She dissocialized during that shit? You mean disassociated? Probably. Probably, bro. I mean, most likely. Like, that shit is traumatic as fuck, bro. Like, nah, I don't want to get into
looking for directions. She turned the screen's brightness down and secretly shared her location with her boyfriend.
My boyfriend Tamir is a very, very hard sleeper, and it's almost impossible to wake this man up.
At 2 a.m. in the morning, Jayla was afraid that her boyfriend was not going to read her message in time. Her chances of getting help from him were low, but she still tried. On the other hand, the kidnapper kept plotting an escape far, far away from Georgia. He had a goal in mind, and nothing seemed to be stopping him.
Well, I believed his plans were exactly what he told me, was to take me to Michigan after he robbed whatever store that he was going to rob.
It seemed like Jayla had no other choice other than to stay with the stranger and see how far they would make it. But to her surprise, Tamir did wake up and read the message in time.
I remember hearing a tone, and I see that it's late, and she sent me her location.
They have to... Homie could have switched her name up for the interview. Like, I mean...
And at that moment...
I get it. Damn.
I was very worried. I texted her, asked her where was she at, what was she doing? And she just sent one word back, kidnap. And that's when like my whole body went cold.
Tamir immediately realized that this was a serious situation. He knew that Jayla would never joke with something as serious as a kidnapping. The next couple of texts were not fully clear, as Jayla was texting as fast as she could.
That's why it's important, chat. Don't joke around like that, bro. Like you will see these like YouTubers pull these like pranks of like, oh my god, I'm kidnapped, help me. Like, bro, that shit fun for the internet, bro. But like in a real situation like this, if she would have joked around before about some like kidnapping shit, this man would have, lol, shut up, stupid, good night. Hey, like shit, like, bro, you know, take it seriously, bro. This is some serious shit.
But by picking up keywords such as knife, Tamir managed to figure out that Jayla was in trouble, and there was nothing that could stop him from getting help. In the short and anxious-sounding string of text messages, Jayla did manage to make it clear that she did not want Tamir to call 911.
I was scared that if he saw any blue lights, I would be held as a hostage.
Naturally, Jayla was afraid of getting killed.
How she text all this? How the fuck she text all this shit? Yo, kidnap nigga stupid, bro. He's stupid as hell. Sitting there typing away, bro. Hey, W girl, bro, respectfully.
I would be held as a hostage.
Naturally, Jayla was afraid of getting killed. After all, she had been warned not to try any funny business from the first moment she was approached by her attacker.
I knew since she didn't want me to call 911, you know, to merge on her location, then I had to take matters into my own hand.
Oh?
She probably told me not to call 911 because he had a weapon. And that made my heart drop as well because I didn't want him to use it on her at all.
But even though she asked her boyfriend to not call 911, he still went to the local police station, where officers consequently contacted the Atlanta Police Department with Jayla's details and real-time updates of her location.
Banged on all her roommates' doors, knocked on all my roommates' doors, you know, crying, yelling, telling them that my girlfriend's gone and I have to go get her. A lot of them like, start asking questions that I can't answer at that time. So I told them I'd be heading to the police station. Whoever's getting in my car with me better hurry up.
He's gonna rob Kroger's, might put me in the trunk. Don't let me die. Read some of the messages that Jayla sent while her aggressor kept driving. We got help coming, replied Tamir.
Definitely. He told me at one point that it would have been easier if he would have just gotten rid of my body, because he was already digging himself into a deeper hole.
After Jayla texted her boyfriend, "Don't let me die," the kidnapper took back the phone and put Jayla inside the trunk while he tried to accomplish the robberies he had in mind. Finally, Jayla and the stranger made it to Bankhead. The kidnapper was ready to rob a gas station. However, he immediately had to go back to the car because he'd only had a knife while the clerk was behind a bulletproof glass. Defeated, the aggressor drove to another Kroger with the hopes of robbing it. However, this one had a security guard, which posed an evident threat to the aggressor's sinister plans. The aggressor had no choice other than to go back to the car and wait until the morning. But what the kidnapper didn't know was that all this time, the police had been tracking her car's location. The Atlanta police were already informed of the car's details and were looking for Jayla. And so, when a police officer in Atlanta saw a car that matched the description of Jayla's car, he decided to go check in on it. And then the kidnapper immediately turned on the lights of the car and sped toward the exit. In an instant, he managed to collide with 4 cars and the parked patrol car, which gave Jayla an opportunity to escape.
Damn, with her in the
I still
trunk?
remember seeing her name pop up, FaceTime. She's crying, running down the street, but I see, flashing red and blue lights behind her.
Do you tell yourself every day?
I survived. I'm very proud of it. Very, very proud of it.
The kidnapper managed to take off on foot,
her, bro. She a survivor,
less than
bro.
10 hours later, he was found by the police and taken into custody.
28-year-old Timothy Wilson was convicted this afternoon.
Lock this nigga the fuck up. Throw away the key on his ass, bro.
In that crime, and will spend the rest of his life behind
Good
bars.
shit.
The kidnapper, whose name was finally revealed to be Timothy Wilson, was charged with rape, aggravated assault, sodomy, hijacking a motor vehicle, and kidnapping, which led to a life sentence. But
sodomy? What the hell is sodomy? Supreme Court? Wait, sodomy laws? What? Okay. What is sodomy? Oh. Okay.
But the story and the legal issues didn't end there.
Gladden's attorney says they plan to file a lawsuit against Kroger, alleging there wasn't proper security.
With the help of the Dixon firm, Jayla
get that bag, sis.
Took legal action against the shopping center where she was kidnapped. It was determined that the security at the place was inadequate and that her traumatic experience could have been avoided if there had been a nighttime security guard in the place, just like there was at the other Kroger that kept the kidnapper from robbing it.
Businesses have an obligation to do what is reasonably appropriate to protect their customers from crime.
However, as the days went by after that very terrifying night, Jayla found the necessary courage to share her story. She contacted news outlets saying that she wanted her experience to become a warning to others. In a public statement, the Carrollton police agreed with Jayla's mindset. They said that others could take lessons from what happened to her that night, and they admitted that Jayla would have not been lucky if she hadn't had access to her phone.
I've been told that I'm very brave for sharing my story and courageous, and the support means more than people know.
And that is how a young college student managed to outsmart her predator on a night that she will remember for the rest of her life.
You know how insane that is, bro? Like, I can't imagine now how she has to live with herself. And, like, live with the idea, or, like, the fact that this has happened to her. That's so fucked. We got back going on for a bit. I'll be on my phone now. Alright.